Welcome back to the Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast. I'm Matt,
Scott.
Scott, and Andrew.
What? We're just some casual wrestling fans bringing out casual opinions and predictions, and we're not professionals.
I am a professional.
You are, okay.
Oh,
all right. So we don't got no hate mail except for this little guy over here. You give all the hate mail you want towards Andrew, but he's probably the smarter of us three. But we'll go.
Probably watches the most, so.
Oh, I do.
But yeah,
I watch every single day when I wake up.
Please, before we get going, please understand we're not professional writers. We're not affiliated with any WWE.
I am not Dave Meltzer.
No, we're not Dave Meltzer. We're not.
I'm not Pro Wrestling Insider.
Nothing. We're just three casual wrestling fans talking shit, giving us our opinions. That's what we're doing. And we want to share our opinions with everybody else. Opinions. Casual. Okay?
No hate.
No hate. Except for going to hate Andrew. That's okay. He'll get over it. He's big enough. Right?
He's
I'm for life.
You're for life. Okay.
Now, so we're going right in. I mean, do we want to dive right into WrestleMania Night 2, or do we got something else that you want to throw out there?
We'll go into WrestleMania Night 2, I suppose.
We got I got my notes from night 1 still too. So if you got anything from night 1 that you want to re-up on and shed any new light on as far as the Cody Rhodes situation, or
I honestly, I'm just going to throw this out here one last time with the Cody Rhodes situation. I've listened to everybody. I've watched many podcasts. I've watched many people talk how they feel. Everybody in the industry, I think, would love to see Cody Rhodes. But I have a feeling because of the last several WrestleManias, last several pay-per-views, in my opinion, Vince hasn't came through. And I won't be shocked if it's not Cody Rhodes. Won't be shocked at all. I'm just going to drop 2 more names. I want to see my brother's reactions. We had talked about already, it might be Shane. It could be Shane. It would make sense it would be Shane because him and Seth Rollins have had a start of a storyline, but they stopped it for whatever reason. And I'm just going to give this as an idea. I would not be shocked or hurt if John Cena showed up in Texas. No, I don't like it.
Well, okay.
I don't like it. He's to me the Brock Lesnar of wrestling. He's not. But we cannot forget he sometimes shows up at the big events.
True.
Well, all right. I'm going to go ahead and say that you will not see hustle, loyalty, or respect at WrestleMania. He wasn't there last year.
I get that.
After his absolute travesty, it was just the worst thing that they had put on my pay-per-view ever with that Firefly Funhouse.
Oh yeah,
that garbage match they produced 2 years ago at Mania because they went all theatrical. Garbage.
Yeah.
I think his in-ring career is done. I don't think you're gonna see him in any capacity. I think he's concentrating on. He's got Wipeout going. He's got other projects that he's got going on. He has no reason to come back to the WWE. I mean, he's done everything. Why would he come back for a paycheck? Because that's essentially what this is. It's for a paycheck. And as far as Shane is concerned, I think he's done wrestling too.
Yeah.
He is going to be. I think if Shane gets involved with the match, or if Shane does have anything to do with the match with Seth Rollins. It's going to be either with bringing Cody out, or that Veer, whatever his name is, the guy that's been supposedly debuting for the last year and a half.
Veer Mahan, yeah.
Yeah. He won't be wrestling. I just can't see him wrestling. After that bump he took last time. He got absolutely destroyed in the last Mania that he was in.
Right. I don't disagree with you, Matt. I'm just saying, we talk about this. What are the ideas? What are the options? Vince has a lot of options to give Seth Rollins. Is the obvious option Cody Rhodes? Yes, everybody's believing it's Cody Rhodes. Everybody is pretty much 99% sure it's Cody Rhodes. I'm just saying, I'm not going to be shocked if it's not. I've been disappointed before with a WWE event. I'm probably being disappointed again.
Now, everyone's been talking about Cody and all that. What happens? All the attention's on Cody. Everyone's expecting Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we forget that Vince likes to swerve people, likes to throw that in there and not have it, kind of like a Big Brother feel, if you will, expect the unexpected.
Right.
Throwing this out there, what happens if the Fiend shows up?
What happens?
True.
You know, he's got that option too, because no one's talking about his contract. No one's really done anything with him. So is he waiting? Is Bo Dallas waiting?
Bo Dallas, really?
I would be on the what's the word I'm looking for? I'd be more inclined to believe that a Fiend Bo Dallas appearance together would be more predictable or more acceptable or than the Cody Rhodes thing. Because they haven't been around for a while. Bo Dallas, I think, didn't Bo Dallas just re-sign a contract with WWE or something like that, or it's in talks with them. Last night I was sitting in my chair thinking, remember when Shane McMahon showed up on Raw from Daytona Beach proclaiming that he just bought WCW?
Yeah.
Could they? This is going to get people talking all kinds of crap to us because I'm a casual wrestling fan with the idea.
NXT.
Could he show up on a big screen in front of his dad when his dad's introducing Seth Rollins or whatever? I believe his dad's going to be part of Seth Rollins. I think Vince is going to be part of the Seth Rollins match. Somehow. Could he show up in the ROH or the NXT arena and say, "Hey, Pops, I'm the new owner of," and guess who's with me? And Cody Rhodes pops in.
Definitely not ROH because
Right.
Tony Khan.
I get that. Or could he come in? Could he team up with Tony Khan and swerve everybody? And Cody Rhodes never was a part of WWE. Guess who Shane now gets to work with? He gets to work with Cody Rhodes.
No, well. Now here, okay, I'm going to read in a little bit to that, just because Seth Rollins came out and he said that the AEW people that are constantly making references to WWE and WWE talent is an act of desperation for them.
Possible.
And is it possible? Not likely, but is it possible that the two promotions are working together? Not likely.
Not likely, no.
But it's,
I'll say this one thing. For the Edge and AJ match, how that's going to happen on night 1. Well, on night 2.
They shifted it to night 2.
It was originally on night 1, but now it's night 2. The night 2 for Edge and AJ, they have Edge and AJ match that night. And they have the Seth Rollins and mystery opponent on night 1. But I think what WWE should have done, they are going to bring Cody Rhodes back. They should have had Seth Rollins face Edge and AJ face Cody Rhodes for like almost like a Bullet Club reunion almost.
Yep.
That's what they should have done if they're going to have Cody Rhodes come back.
You need to go to Pennsylvania or wherever the WWE headquarters is, Andrew, and start writing for them.
In Connecticut.
So, anyways, that was just my thought about the Cody Rhodes stuff. There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of this could happen.
Cody doesn't bring John Moxley with him.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, like
Chris Jericho.
No. Might as well bring MJF if we can bring Chris Jericho. But I will say this prediction: it's not a prediction; it's a spoiler. I believe you're going to see MJF in WWE in the next 2 years.
Well, we'll get into that if we have time at the end, because I saw something today on that.
Also, I'm still going to stick with my Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs beating the Usos for certain reasons, which we'll cover in the
Bloodline. All day.
Yeah. So,
let's get right into it.
all right.
Bobby Lashley with MVP versus Omos.
Easy. It
Now,
has.
go ahead.
You can.
No, you go first.
Okay. It comes to mind Omos winning the match, but at the same time, if you want to have anybody win against Omos, it's these two people, Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Two people that will actually probably beat him, or it would be Drew McIntyre. Now, Bobby Lashley's in the match with Omos and all of that. But what if we don't see Bobby Lashley actually winning? What if we see Omos winning and Omos ends up having something behind his back, like just to say maybe Bobby Lashley and Omos have been working and that's what, but they wanted this match together. You have the Hurt Business going on for a long while. Omos could be dragged into it and they could start it again, but I doubt it. But I'm going to go ahead and say Bobby Lashley wins because MVP somehow gets involved.
No, I picked Bobby Lashley to win. Is it the right booking to have Bobby Lashley win? Well, see, that's the thing. You want to build Omos. Whoever wins this match, I feel will end up getting a push at some point. Whoever loses is going to get buried. It's just the fact. I mean, it's just a, you know, who do you push at this point? Who do you push? Omos, who Vince loves his big men, loves his dudes that are giants, but I kind of feel like they're gonna push Bobby more than Omos. And Omos is gonna be turn into like a big show kind of situation where he's gonna get pushed to the mid card, kind of a higher end jobber. And that's horrible because Omos could be something pretty big.
You could be a WWE champ for all we know.
I picked Bobby Lashley on that one. That's how I would book it.
I am gonna disagree. I believe I'm gonna disagree on the winner. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm gonna pick Omos. Only because Bobby Lashley's been around for a while. Not this time, he just came back, yes, but he's been in WWE for a while. And Omos is the big guy that WWE needs because you only got Drew McIntyre that's big enough to beat Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, in my opinion.
Well, you have that Commander Aziz too.
Yeah, Commander Aziz, yeah. But I think that somehow they're gonna have Omos win, and I agree. I think Bobby Lashley's sidekick, MVP. I think something fishy is gonna happen. I think it's possible that MVP could turn on Bobby Lashley, and make a run with Omos and the Hurt Business. Lashley's almost done. guys. In my opinion, he's almost done. And Omos
He's
isn't
been around
bad.
for a while.
Omos isn't not that bad on the mic.
I really haven't heard him talk. But
For a big guy. So I'm going to say, yeah, you're right. Giant, the Giant or the Big Show comes to my mind of what he reminds me of. And I think that the WWE needs to push a big man like that. And so I agree he's gonna get a push. Yeah, that's why I pick him. I think they're ready to push him. And I think I see just like Dolph Ziggler went to NXT, I think Bobby Lashley would be really good in NXT. So.
If we're talking about Dolph Ziggler NXT, how come he beats Braun Breaker? No.
Well, we'll jump ahead. I mean, well, they have that stand and deliver. Is that what the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a statement. I think Braun Breaker just beats the living daylights out, beats the brakes off of Dolph.
You have to do that.
You have to, and because you need more tag teams. I think back on more credible tag teams.
Yes.
Back on the Big Show. You need a Dolph and you need the Dirty Dogs back on TV.
And I think the reason why I think WWE put Dolph Ziggler into NXT is to get him more hype, to get him, you know what I'm saying? Because Dolph Ziggler has been around a while, and I think this NXT stunt gave him a push. I think, but you're right. I think he loses to Braun Baker at this stand and deliver, and then Dolph Ziggler's time needs to be back in WWE on the main roster. So we'll dive right into the Pat McAfee Austin theory.
Okay, this one I think it's obvious. You know how we have how you said that the whole Seth Rollins match with the mystery opponent, how Vince might introduce Seth on the first night. I don't think Vince will be there 2 times because I think Vince will be in the Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory match. Pat McAfee is probably the better athlete, maybe. But even Austin Theory, I know he can do a lot in the ring. But I think somehow Pat McAfee's going to try to pull off the win, and he's about pinning, but then Vince's music just comes on, and they stop counting. Pat McAfee looks up, he distracts him, and then Austin Theory steals the win. But the reason why is that because it's a whole Austin Theory, Vince is helping him train thing, and how you're seeing him on Raw, helping him and telling him what to do sometimes. I think that's what's gonna happen. Vince comes out and he ruins the match for Pat McAfee.
I'm taking Pat McAfee. I on a daily I listen to Pat McAfee's podcast, and he had Vince on a couple weeks ago, and that's when Pat found out that he was going to be have his WrestleMania match, make his WrestleMania debut, and he told Pat, he says, I'm going to make sure you have your WrestleMania moment. I'm going to make sure that you have your moment at Mania. I'm not saying that Vince is gonna turn on Austin Theory, but I think that it's gonna end up being something that Pat ends up winning, because the last time we saw a former and/or current NFL athlete show up at Mania was Gronk when he hosted it, and he ended up walking away as the 24/7 champion.
Oh my gosh, I hate that.
So I'm going to go ahead and say that that Pat McAfee wins it, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see him in more matches in the future, because if you go back and watch the Adam Cole Pat McAfee match, I'm not saying that Austin Theory is anywhere close to Adam Cole, because he's not. I think Adam Cole would just absolutely run circles around him.
Right.
But Pat put on a great performance with Adam Cole, and
Right.
I think that Pat McAfee wins. That's my,
Right.
I'm probably in the minority thinking that he's going to win, but
Well,
You're right. I agree.
I will have to say that when I hear this match, I instantly remember the match with Big Bunny or Big Bunny, whatever his name is.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Now, he shouldn't have won, but he did.
the thing is, though,
But no,
Pat McAfee's a professional athlete.
He
Bad
is.
Bunny's an act, and
Singer.
if you even call
A
him
rapper.
I
that.
get
If you even
that.
call him that.
No, I get that. I get what you're saying. I 100% agree with what you're saying. But I'm just saying that every WrestleMania, it seems like Mr. T, Pat McAfee, Lawrence Taylor, I believe, showed up on
Bam
WrestleMania.
Bam, Bam, yeah.
And I believe he won that match, did he not?
More than likely, yeah.
So what I'm saying is, why not give it to Pat McAfee? Why not? I mean, I believe that's what's going to happen. Plus, I love the guy. Who
I love
can't?
Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah.
I used to hate the guy when he played for the Colts, but
Who doesn't love him? His attitude, his amazing talent at the desk. I mean, this guy is amazing.
he's probably one of the most talented people on the mic.
The
Yeah.
most entertaining too.
So
in
he's
the
very
company.
entertaining, very, very entertaining. So I feel that might be, if he wins, I don't think this is, like you said, Matt, I don't think this is the last time you're going to see him in the ring. But I give him the win. For sure.
Well, I picked Austin Theory in that match, so I'm going different ways with you too.
All right. Perfect.
So
Before we
next
go
one is
further,
anything goes match.
what's this stream sponsored by?
Oh yeah.
Diet Coke.
Go Tigers.
So now we're gonna go to another celebrity, and this is your Bad Bunny. This is where I'm seeing your Bad Bunny moment this
Okay.
year. The anything goes match with Sami Zayn, Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I have it highlighted as both guys winning because but they both lose because the match is absolutely horrendous. Sami Zayn is a good worker. Why are you making him wrestle? It reminds me of Jerry the King Lawler versus that comedian back in like the
Yeah.
80s. What's the dude
Okay.
Man in the Moon? What's the dude's name? He's
If we don't figure it out, comment down below.
he's a comedian and what is his name?
It's almost.
Andy Kaufman.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I'm surprised they haven't added another match to this card for that night. With it would be a special guest referee. Denzel Washington would be a special guest referee, and it would be Will Smith versus Chris Rock.
Keep my out of your mouth. Right? Yeah.
Oh my god! Talk about that. That should have been on.
Maybe
WrestleMania
Sami
91.
Zayn will say that. Maybe Sami Zayn will say,
Dude.
keep my wife's name out your
out of your mouth. But yeah, I think that's same. If Knoxville wins, it'll be a Bad Bunny kind of situation.
I'm going ahead and I'm going to agree that Johnny Knoxville wins. Just because, he is a jackass, but
Mm-hmm.
Y2 jackass.
I bet in the Rumble, how he was in the Rumble, he did some cool moves sometimes in it, but then really it was kind of stupid. how they didn't have him go as far as they should have.
Right.
Like if Sami Zayn needed to be in the Rumble and get and eliminate, I think, Johnny Knoxville. I think he did. But I think Johnny Knoxville will just win because really I have no explanation for that.
It's a bad money situation.
Yeah. You never know what's gonna happen.
I'll be honest with you, I underlined Johnny Knoxville. But after seeing Sami Zayn in person, and I hate the guy. I don't like his character on TV. I think that when I see him, it's like they're trying to change his character every dang time to make him fit in. And now they got this guy in the green pants with the long beard, all this crap, and he's got skills. He's a
great performer in ring.
Got mic skills. He's got wrestling skills. And my concern with Knoxville winning the match is you're burying Sami Zayn even more. You're making him look like a total fool. And the last time you did that, I mean, again, Baron Corbin, excellent in the ring. You destroyed. He got destroyed because of the stupid storylines and stupid content and writing that the writers do. He could have been much better at something else. He could have been great.
Those were the writers from SmackDown that did that to him.
Right. And now so we got Sami Zayn in the same scenario. Now you're gonna put up against this guy that's Jackass is putting out. I don't know if that movie got released yet or not.
Yeah, it's on Paramount.
Okay, it's on Paramount. So on one hand, I'm like, yeah, give it to Knoxville because promote the movie even better. But when are we gonna stop burying the talent that's gonna be the future of the WWE?
Yeah.
I picked Sami Zayn to win it.
Sami Zayn was really good at NXT.
He should win.
I think he needs to win. WWE needs to have him win because if he doesn't, he's done. What do you do with him?
I think Sami Zayn should go over to NXT.
The only thing,
and win the title.
The only way I think the only way Johnny Knoxville wins is if some of it, like Steve-O or someone else gets involved. That's the only way you can have him win.
And in that turn, like Andrew said, that's a stupid match.
Yep.
Stupid.
I think Sami Zayn would do better in NXT and going for the NXT title.
I agree, but you let him win this match. Because if you don't let him win this match, screw NXT, screw SmackDown, screw Raw. Because what do?
He probably will. He'll probably say, "I'm done. I'm going to AEW."
Well, he just signed a contract though
so that's another reason. Well, okay, you're gonna give this guy a multi-million-dollar contract and have him
lay down.
Have him lay down and look like a total. Have him look like a jackass. That's poor writing in my opinion.
It's Vince.
Vince, exactly right. By the way, that guy looks old as shit.
Yeah, he does.
Anyway, who's next?
I mean, we already covered the Edge AJ match, so we don't have to worry about that. I think we all took Edge.
Yeah.
Edge, yeah, for sure.
Pretty much. Women's tag team.
With Zelina and Carmella, they were the champions.
Sasha and Banks and Naomi.
Rhea, my two girls, Rhea and Liv.
Yep.
And then Natalia and Shayna Baszler.
I wouldn't mind anybody winning except for the champs. It's just that easy.
Well, who are you picking though?
If anybody, I would want it to be either Sasha Banks and Naomi or Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. But I'm gonna go ahead and say Sasha Banks and Naomi wins it.
The balls.
Just because I feel like they need to win a tag title or at least a title. Like Naomi goes over and she wins the big title, or Sasha Banks wins the big title, but there's still a tag team. And it's going to be like that Bayley and Sasha deal, where one of them has a title and the other one has a title too. And then they become the tag championships. And they need to do that, just not as a heel. And my opinion, they need to have I think it's called baddies, which there are they are Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina come back together. They need to have them come back together, and they need to win the titles. So I'll go ahead and say Sasha Banks and Naomi.
Well, I think Rhea and Liv are the safe option. And I think that's what they need to do. Because Rhea needs, I don't think she's a bad lady. She's a bad chick. And Liv's got tremendous amounts of talent, and they want to push both of them. And since you have so much, this is where WWE is amazing, because they have so much talent in the women's pool, and like
They're not playing it right.
tons of it. Even down in NXT, there's a lot of amazing. That's why they had to. I mean, they had to do something with Mandy, because she's an amazing talent. You got to send her down, because she's not able to really be a Charlotte or a Becky or a Bailey when she's Sasha. She's not that level yet, but she is a championship caliber woman. So I'm gonna go and say Rhea and Liv, because they are
Championship.
they're on that same level. They're not quite ready for the big time push, but you got to throw a strap on them and make them look better.
Yeah, I think Rhea actually looks better in like a big title.
I think you go Rhea and Liv. That's my pick.
I'm gonna for sure agree with you on Kamala and Queen Zelina being done with the titles. I don't like Natalya and Shayna Baszler. I don't like, they don't fit together, in my opinion. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, I love those guys. I love Rhea's look. I love Liv's look, of course. Why not? But I'm gonna go with Sasha Banks and Naomi, because they're no more veteran, more seasoned people. And face it, the storyline that Naomi's been going with whatever name is that chick on SmackDown,
Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville. I have a feeling you're going to see Sonya Deville get involved in this match, but I think Sasha Banks and Naomi are going to overcome that involvement, and they're going to somehow surprise everybody and win. But I would not be unhappy with Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. They need a push.
No, I wouldn't either.
They need a push. Those two would really do really well with, because Sasha could always be a title contender in a singles area. Naomi could too. So Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan would be great as tag team champions. So but I'm going to lean towards Naomi and Sasha.
So let's go right into that Raw Tag Team Championship. RK Bro, Street Profits, and Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Should just be RK Bro and
involved in a good one is my girl Rhonda.
Yeah, she's in Ronda Rousey's in night one.
She's my girl, and she should win everything.
Isn't Ronda Rousey in night one?
Yeah, Ronda.
Yeah.
Both women.
Yeah.
Both women championships are on night one.
My wife says Ronda Rousey is going to win that match. I think we all agreed.
By all means, she should absolutely
destroy Charlotte.
It should be a squash match.
Tag team. I bet you we can disagree with this one.
I am just going ahead and say Randy Orton and Riddle. Why were they a tag team in the first place? It should have. The champions are going to be the Street Profits. To give them a push again, they need to have a big push like they had with Survivor Series, how they had the tag titles. They went against the New Day. They need that big push again with the titles. RK Bro doesn't really need a push. They've been the tag champions. They should go their separate ways. I could see in that match, after the match, Randy Orton getting mad because I think Riddle will get pinned by Montez Ford or Angelo Dawkins. Randy Orton getting mad, and Randy Orton end up turning on Riddle and RKOing him. The tag team's done. Chad Gable and Otis they are a good tag team, but at the same time, they're not tag team championship material. They aren't. So I'm gonna go ahead and say the Street Profits win.
I really have nothing to add because it's 100% accurate. I think the other two, there are 4 professional wrestlers in this match. They
Yep.
are Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, Randy Orton, and Chad Gable. Those are the 4. Because Matt Riddle sure as hell ain't a professional wrestler. And Otis, oh yeah, just needs to get the hell off my screen.
No, he just needs to go to. I'd rather see him in AEW
He needs to go to NXT and figure it out. Because
with Tucker.
he needs to go find Tucker, put together heavy machinery again, and go back to the Indies.
Yeah.
I will agree with the winner. I think you cannot. You'd be stupid not to give it to Street Profits. You got 2 of probably the best tag team partners. They're high flyers. They're big dudes. They can still maneuver in the ring, and still their entrance music and entrance is great. High flyers. They can fly off the top of the rope with the frog splashes they do.
Oh,
Amazing,
yeah.
amazing athletes. They'll win hands down. I'm not an Otis fan. He's not a wrestler for sure. I can't stand him.
No.
Gable. I don't like him. I mean, I just
Gable-
don't. He's
Gable,
okay, but I just don't like him.
he's good. He's a good athlete, an in-ring performer.
He needs to go
That's
back to NXT. He needs to go to NXT too.
Mhm.
Okay, bro.
I think
They should have ended that. Oh, I don't know. Before they started it. There was many times that Randy Orton should have RKO'd Riddle, whatever his name is.
I want to see him pump.
yes.
But I think what you're going to see is, yes, they're going to lose. Yes, Orton's going to be pissed. Riddle's going to be equally pissed. And Riddle, they're going to lose because Riddle's going to NXT. He went to NXT about 3 weeks ago to do whatever. He's going to NXT. He's done. He's going to be the one that RKO's Orton and turn heel. And be gone.
No, he's too much of a.
He's too much a face.
He's
He's
too
going to be
much
gone.
of.
He's turning heel.
Bro.
He's turning heel.
Riddle.
That's
Why do
my
when I think of Riddle, why do I think of Surfer Boy? When I think of Riddle, I think of Surfer. Like he's like that totally tubular boy kind of guy. I'm like, no, you're not totally tubular. You're just an idiot. Idiot that wants to be a professional wrestler and that needs just to go either back to where he started or just go to NXT.
I get it.
He was a former UFC fighter.
When I said Riddle's going to turn on Orton, you shook your head. I get it. The expected thing is for Orton to turn on Riddle. That's expected.
Yeah.
That's how it should probably happen. But come on, WWE is full of unexpected things. It wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them to have Riddle turn on Randy Orton. That's all I'm saying.
So the main event.
Best match probably of the night.
The main event of the weekend for the unification of the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion and the WWE Champion. Brock versus Roman.
Easy.
I have my opinions about this match. And it'll be go ahead.
I know who you're gonna pick. I'm not gonna say it, but for whoever wins this match, I think we've been talking. Me and Daddy have been talking about this for a long while, and have been talking like if Brock does win at WrestleMania, right now. If he wins, then they need to just quit the Raw, quit the SmackDown. Don't have SmackDown and Raw anymore. Just go to one big show like they used to.
Well, that they're heading that way with the unification. There's just
Yeah. They need to have Brock Lesnar win. And we are saying like Brock Lesnar just shows up like on a screen for Raw and he says, "Look at the titles that I got." And like he's almost saying, "I won it on Sunday, and guess what?" And smashes them together, and somehow they're one big title, and then the other titles almost the same, but not quite. Basically, smash them together, combine the shows, and you just have basically one almost Raw's War kind of deal. So I'm gonna say Brock Lesnar wins, but I'm gonna say the Usos get involved, and Paul Heyman is probably going to be on the side and try to get involved too. So I think it will come up to Brock winning the titles either over disqualification or Brock winning the titles. He F5s the Usos a couple times, and then he goes and does it to Roman a couple times, and Roman Spears. They do basically. Brock's gonna win. Involvement is gonna happen, just like any other match, basically in WrestleMania.
Is Paul
and
Heyman?
Brock's gonna win.
Is Paul Heyman turning on Roman Reigns, Andrew?
Probably, I could see that happening. I could see Paul Heyman all of a sudden turns on Roman Reigns like he did earlier, and Paul Heyman going ahead and saying, "Brock, here we go, back with you now."
Okay. I'm picking Roman. Bloodline. For a couple reasons. Roman is Vince McMahon's golden goose. He is a heel version of John Cena. He is a heel version. I don't want to compare him to Hollywood Hogan, but he's on that level with him because he's the biggest draw in the business right now. Brock, he's a draw, but people want to come see Roman. People want to see the tribal chief, the head of the table. They want to see him. And Roman is the face of the company going forward. Right. Brock, he's not. Right. You put him as the face of the company, it doesn't work. Right. Because we've seen it at WrestleMania before. It was Brock, Brock and someone else. Brock and Stone Cold was a special guest referee, and Brock flipped off the crowd and just got out of the ring. Yeah. Brock's not a company guy. Nope. He does whatever. He blatantly on Pat McAfee's podcast said, "I'm here for the money. Yep. I'm not here for anything else. I'm here for the money. Right. I love the business, but I'm here for the money." Yep. I think like I just said, Vince loves himself some Roman. Yep. They're gonna put both championships on Roman. Yep. I think the Usos will get involved and help out a little bit. I don't think it's gonna be blatant. But I'm gonna go Roman wins, and Paul Heyman and him continue to climb the ladder of how many days that he's had the championship. And I think I wouldn't put it past Vince to have him surpass Hogan as far as like the length of days and everything.
I could see him going up to maybe 2 years for the title. It'd be nice. I think he has had it for 2 years, but he should at least go up to 2 years.
My prediction is based on the future after WrestleMania. We have SummerSlam coming up, and they have to start building for that. My winner obviously will be Roman Reigns, for the same reasons, Matt, you said. He's as you were saying, a Hollywood Hogan ish. That's what he is. He's the Hollywood Hogan of this era. He was gone for a while. He came back. He shocked the world when he was in the locker room with Paul Heyman. He came out, he cashed in, he won, blah, 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 blah. We know how that happened. Brock Lesnar is not a face of WWE. He's come as you want, go as you want type of, in my opinion, type of player. Roman Reigns wins. Yes, there's going to be some involvement with the Usos. I don't think it's going to be that crazy of a involvement. But if you notice, the Usos aren't really 100%. One of them isn't 100% on board exactly with how Roman Reigns is doing things. That's Jey Uso. I think they win. I think he wins. I think he holds the belt. It's been talked about. It's been talked about for a while, and then it got dropped. I believe you're going to see because it's the grandest stage of them all. You better believe that Vince has reached out to The Rock. He has. If you're stupid, if he hasn't, right? If you're Vince and you haven't reached out to The Rock, plus don't they have? Isn't their cousin in NXT right now?
Yeah,
Yes.
Sika.
He's not ready, but I bet you he's getting close. I have a feeling you're going to see The Rock show up, and now you're going to have, and Rock's going to be like, "What the hell are you doing, Roman?" And Roman's going to be, "Acknowledge me." And I think you're going to see then. You're going to see Jay go, "Wait the fucking minute. This is family. You're treating your family like this?" Flip them a bird or something to say, "Screw you, man," and Jey Uso's going to turn on Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
After the match. After the match.
I think that wouldn't be horrible to do, but I still think the way to really go about it, and because The Rock versus Roman, in my opinion, needs to be at Mania. The match itself needs to be at Mania.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be. SummerSlam. Yeah, it's the biggest party of the summer. Survivor Series is another one, but you don't want that.
Right.
The Rumble would be the next one after that, and I don't think it's really big of a stage. I think WrestleMania next year is in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Rock Roman next year at Mania.
Maybe.
So if you're gonna do a spot like that, it needs to probably be at the Rumble.
I'm just saying that's just an option. That's my pick. I go with Roman Reigns, but I think there's gonna be something. There's got to come on, guys. There's got to be several somethings that happen at this pay-per-view. Because as a WWE fan, I'm sick and tired of it being a SmackDown or Monday Night Raw on steroids. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? None of the
pay-per-views have not been where they should be.
No, they need to shock the world several times with some of the stuff. I don't know how much time we've been on. It's getting close probably I don't want this to end. But you have anything to say to wrap it up?
Night one. How night one's gonna go down. With the Drew McIntyre thing, how I brought him up during the almost type one. I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said this on our other one, but Madcap Moss will get involved. We know that. But what if he doesn't and he basically says the Happy Corbin, yay, you won the jackpot. Now screw you. I'm heading over to do my own stuff like in NXT
He needs
around
to.
that time. I want to see Drew McIntyre beat the living crap out of Baron Corbin. I wouldn't mind that match. I wouldn't mind it being like a full count anywhere or something, so I can see Drew Claymore him through a table.
I
I'd love
agree.
to see it.
I think you're right. I think Madcap Moss is probably ready to be without Baron Corbin, Happy Corbin, whatever the hell you want to call him. But I think that you're right. I think he needs to like turn on him or help or accidentally do something that costs him the match.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Even
It's been a joy, man, Andrew. Andrew, it's been a joy to have you on, man. All your good opinions.
one thing for the mystery opponent match with Seth Rollins, we were saying it could be how we were saying it could be Shane, could be John Cena, could be Cody. What if it's none of them? What if and it's not that Veer?
Oh my God.
No,
I'll get up and I'll walk away because he
he
is
needs to be done.
he's like Sting over on AEW.
Yeah.
He doesn't Sting needs to go away.
No.
Jake the Snake, even though he doesn't wrestle, needs to go away. The only one that they're really treating like they should. Well, there's two people over there that are playing the part where what they need to do. That's William Regal, because I love that angle with him and Moxley and Brian Danielson. The Taz character is phenomenal over there.
Well, like I was saying for the mystery opponent thing, what if we don't see any of those people? What if we don't see Cody Rhodes come up in this one? Could we possibly see Braun Breaker in the match?
Possible. If Cody Rhodes
Could we
doesn't
see
show
him?
up, that's probably one of the biggest works ever.
Yeah.
Um,
Could we see him, or could we see like a Hall of Famer? We could see any Hall of Famer basically in the match.
got one thing to add to that, and then I have a funny thing that I just saw the other day. I think Tommaso Ciampa the night before.
Yeah.
Tommaso has his final match in NXT. He's done. Could he make his debut against Seth Rollins the next night?
That'd be good.
Or actually, no, there would be this later on that evening.
He could, yeah. Now is that NXT? Is that NXT pay-per-view in Dallas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in
possible.
the same venue.
Possible.
I'm pretty sure anyway. But my funny thing, Nikki Bella and Brie Bella, they have a podcast, and on their podcast, Nikki Bella was talking about the Hall of Fame, about the inductions, and about how they introduced the fact that the Steiner brothers are going to be inducted, and she thought that was cool. And then she quickly goes, I wonder, I can't wait to hear Vader's acceptance speech.
He's dead.
Vader's been dead for like 8-9 years.
Funny.
Way to go, Nikki.
There you go, Nikki.
You made it.
Way to go, Nikki.
You made it on the list. You made it on the list.
Way to go.
Made it on the list. Sweet. Well, hey, Andrew, it's been real, man.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your opinions, Matt.
Yeah.
And just like we said on Tuesday, if you guys are watching and you want to ask us a question, leave a comment down below. We'll get to you.
Drop the follow, drop the subscription. Help us, support us. Support us, casual fans. Be a friend, tell a friend. So just subscribe. I'm Scott, Collector Dad.
Matt and Drew.
Yeah.
See you guys next Tuesday.
And-
And Drew.
Sports and Drew, Collector Dad. See you guys next Tuesday, right?
Well, it'd definitely be me.
Yeah,
Check
I'll
us
be-
out. Check us out on the YouTube channel. Check the Facebook channel. Check the Twitch. Casual wrestling fans. WrestleMania weekend is going to be big. Drew and Matt, thank you for showing up.
Yeah, maybe
Too
I can
sweet.
be on again at SummerSlam.
Maybe us.
Never know.
Too sweet.
Too sweet.
Boom.